planning for the future. So like how do I make sure that I'm okay financially if I want to retire, if I lose my job, if I have an illness, if I have disability. How do I make sure I plan for the next generation? Like if I have this, I want to make sure that I can transition this. Within a month I was ready to file my exam, but then my dad was diagnosed with cancer. So then I was the only one who spoke English in the family, so I had to stop that process and go and take him to appointments and doing this, and I had to delay the joining the company. Believe that you can do it. It's just making sure that on those down days when you think you cannot do it anymore, you can. Like you just continue to focus. So you have to really see the purpose of what you're doing.
Hola, and welcome to the Dare to Start interview series. My name is Alina, and for 30 days, I am interviewing brave women and men who dare to start. Maybe something that it was very scary at the beginning, but they still took the courage to do it. And the goal with this interview series is to show you that for every big accomplishment or every big success in your career is because you dare to start to give that first step. So today, I am extremely happy to reconnect with a childhood friend. We both are from Medellin, Colombia, and without planning, we both ended up in North America. She's in Canada, I'm in the US. We reconnected through social media, and she accepted to be here. So, Carolina, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So, you have a fascinating career, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But just to get started, can you just give us a quick introduction about you?
Yes, for sure. So, as I guess, my name is Carolina. I am a mother of two. I'm married. I have two girls, 14 and 10. And been in Canada for 18 years now. So it's been a long time. And currently, or I guess ever since I came to Canada, shortly after I came to Canada, I started working as a financial planner. And that's what I've been doing for the past 18 years.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm jealous that you knew from the get-go that this is what you wanted to do. So that's kind of like the bulk of the questions that I have for you. Why financial planning? How did you start in the career? And especially coming from Colombia, how was that experience starting that career in Canada?
So I don't really want to say that I knew from the beginning what I wanted to do because my when I went to university was for international business. So when I came to Canada, I was I spoke the language, so I started working pretty much right away. So my adjustment to the country was really smooth. So when I came, my parents were here before me, so about 2 years before. So when I came, they were here, and I started working 3 weeks after I came to Canada. So it was pretty much right away. I found a job. I was doing like more admin work, but it was like a good experience for me in that sense. Now, when I was at that job, and then that's the funny part, like things happen for a reason. There was an advisor that came to visit my mom at home. And I was there. I was, finished after work. And then he came to visit my mom and he was talking to her about, some insurance, something. They were talking about something. And then for some reason she mentioned me. Oh, my daughter, she's always liked sales, she's always liked to do this, to be involved with people. And then he said, oh, why don't you introduce me to her? So then I came, and then she introduced me to him, and he said, oh, I would like you to speak with my boss, which she was a financial center manager hiring advisors in the job. So I went to see her. But again, all of these happened. So I came to Canada, was like maybe within probably 6 weeks after me arriving to Canada, I met this person. I was, recently graduated from university. So I was really young. And I was pretty much, good. I said, I want to try anything. So when I started talking to her about the career as a financial advisor, she said, okay, this is what you can do here. There's really no limit on what you can do. There's a lot of hard work. But this is, I guess, what it is. I don't know if I really comprehended the extent of what that meant at the time because I was young. But then I was kind of like really, I wanted to try. I said, okay, this is something I like. It gives me flexibility. It gives me freedom. And then another thing that pushed me on that process is because during the time I needed to do some licensing and some studies, and I was really good at that. So I pretty much within a month working, and then after work, I was doing all my studies, and I finished within a month. I was ready to file my exam. But then my dad was diagnosed with cancer. So then I was the only one who spoke English in the family. So I had to, stop that process and go and, take him to appointments and doing this. And I had to delay the, joining the company for a few months. And then my dad had a surgery. And then right after he finished his surgery, then I wrote my exam and then I passed. And then I started on the 24th of December 2007. So it's Christmas Eve. It's my anniversary in the job.
Oh
That's
my God. And are you still with the same company?
the same company. So basically, ever since I've been to Canada, I've been working in the same company, same job, same everything.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry about your dad situation, and that's actually very brave of you to acknowledge, hey, families first. Let me take care of this. Also, I mean, I know that you're pretty smart, but very smart to just to go ahead and get all these licenses and pass the test very quickly. That's not easy to do. So of course, now with all these 18 years of experience, maybe on this side it looks easy or it looks simple. Oh, I've been doing it for a while, but I'm sure that at the beginning it was hard. So the purpose of this is for anybody, especially women or moms that maybe wants flexible jobs, that are interested in planning. They're good with numbers. Um, I want to be very straightforward with them and also kind of share challenges or things that if they want to get into this industry, maybe can you share some of the things that at the moment were challenging, how you overcame them, and just kind of guide people that maybe wants to get in the field and don't know how.
So I guess one of the major motivations I have as a financial planner is that my I find a lot of purpose in what I do. So I can see the impact I have on my clients, on their families. And again, being a financial planner, you take care of a lot of things, like not only, the risk portion of it, like some, protection, but also on their well-being in general, like planning for the future. So like how do I make sure that I'm okay financially if I want to retire, if I lose my job, if I have an illness, if I have disability, how do I make sure I plan for the next generation? Like if I have this, I want to make sure that I can transition this to my next generation. So it's very rewarding working in this field just because not only it's good for you financially, it gives you freedom to manage your own time, which can come as a trade-off as well because at the beginning it's hard. I mean, I've been in business for 18 years, but the first probably 10 were really hard because this type of job, the way I work, there is no base. I didn't have a salary. Nothing was guaranteed. So I had to work for every single thing that I needed to get, right? So during the time that I started my job, I got married, I had my two kids. So because I was self-employed, I had to work and juggle the kids and the family. And, being, business owner, you have to take care of so many things at the same time. So there were long days, long hours. I was working until, late nights and weekends at the beginning. So it wasn't an easy thing to do. And that's why not a lot of people really last in this business because you have to make an effort. But once you're really focused on what you want and once you really know what you're doing and you can see the benefit it has not only for you but also for the people that you impact, that's when it gives you the purpose and then you keep going forward on that journey. So
Yeah. So it has to have a meaning, a purpose, a why. If you get in this field or any type of field, of course it is hard work. If you're just doing it for the money or for the title or for looking for the freedom that you're mentioning, but if you're not really in love with the mission, the why, and the benefit, probably they cannot tell the story that you're telling about being there for 18 years. So I totally get it. That is great. And honestly, that ética de trabajo, that work ethic, it's something that I really want to congratulate you because that's extremely speaks really highly of you, especially taking care of your family. So with that, I kind of want to transition to the teaching side of the interview because out of everything that you have experienced, and think about this more as a person, as a human being, as a mom or as a wife, throughout all this journey, now that you look back and think about the decisions you made, the trade-offs that you have to take, if you have to highlight one key lesson from this whole journey, what would it be?
It's hard to pick one, but probably what I think is just um, believe that you can do it. It's just making sure that on those down days when you think you cannot do it anymore, you can. Like there, you just continue to focus. So you have to really see the purpose of what you're doing and see what is bringing. So one of the things that, and I related to one book that I've read a couple of times. It's called The Gap and the Gain.
Okay.
And the gap and the gain, it's actually talks about you, the way you see yourself. And it's like, okay, we're here and this is where we want to be. This is where we were at before. So when you're focusing on the gap, you're focusing on where you are and where you want to be. But what you have to do is focus on the gain. So look at yourself 1 year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So when you look back and see how much you've accomplished, yes, there's always something more. You want more of your business, you want more of your income, you want more of achievements of different things. But what you have to focus on is what you've done, what you've accomplished so far, and it gives you motivation to keep moving forward. Because again, once you reach this other point, then there's going to be another one, and then there's going to be another one, right? So if you focus on what you've done so far, then it gives you the strength to continue to focus on what's coming next and how to motivate yourself for that. So it's just like never giving up. It's just basically keep moving forward.
Yep, yep. And thank you for saying that because I'm thinking about myself right now because I had all my career in marketing, working for companies, doing a marketing agency, and now I feel like I'm starting again, although I'm not starting again, but I'm really passionate about teaching and connecting women with knowledge and opportunities. And you talking about that book and that like framework, it really gives me como que paz en mi alma because that's exactly what I think. When I was thinking about, oh, I'm gonna do this in school, I just looked back. It's like I've been here for 20 years and I have accomplished X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this seems very daunting, but maybe in 20 years I can look back and look at this. So that is a great perspective, and thank you for sharing that book for sure. So okay, so now let's talk about a little bit about the today and the future, as you mentioned it. So, as you said, once you reach a specific goal, now you're thinking about the next one.
Mhm.
So, what is that next goal that you have? What's going on right now with you, with your practice, with your vision, and then what are the next steps for you?
So I think one of the areas that's important to understand with a business especially is that your business always evolves. It's never going to be the same from the beginning. Like when you start with a vision, you start with something in your mind, but then things change over time and they help you adjust and also even find what your real purpose is. So maybe even what motivates you the most, what makes you the happiest. So in my journey, I mean, what I do is I work with many people, with families, professionals, business owners, on their financial planning needs in general. So, making smart decisions about their money professionally and personally, and for the business as well. But what I found that's been more inspiring for me, it's the work that I do with a specific sector of that group, like professionals and business owners. Or families, but it's working with women. And one of the greatest success I had are with either widows or divorcees, like females that have been going through this, and then they need help. So it's, we at the end of the day, as a financial planners, we're not only here to talk about the numbers. Because I'm a woman, like I can connect. I'm a woman connecting with another woman, so it's a different type of approach. And then you develop a long-term relationship. So you get to know them, you get to know their kids, their families, their emotions, and you also act as a counselor in a sense, to do that. But then you can see the transition and the actual big impact you can do in their lives when you take them from this point. This is where I'm at. I'm feeling lost. I need help. Help me understand that I'm not stuck here? How can I go from here to here? And then you can just give them a little bit of an idea of, this is what we're going to do, one step at a time. This is where you're at, and this is what we need to do. So help them organize their finances, understand, what their goals are, and then how can they prepare for, now that their transition's been so drastic for their families and the kids, how can we make sure that they're going to be okay, financially speaking, for their family, for their kids, and also emotionally, because at the end of the day, everything is connected.
Everything is connected. Wow, that is extremely powerful and extremely needed. And I think, like you said, from your experience, even like taking care of your dad, or even helping your family with the transition from Colombia to Canada, and even with yourself. So I think people definitely relate to you, and I'm glad that you found that niche, because um, maybe in a different stage of my life, I didn't even think about that. But now that I'm married, that I have a kid, the future, you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and to have someone like you that has experience, that has a passion for it, and can guide women in that area, which is very emotional and drastic. It's so cool that you found that passion, that you're following it. So thank you for that. And I'm sure that a lot of people would like to connect with you. So can you please tell us how they can find you in the wonderful world of the internet?
So I can provide you with some information because I can give you my website, also my Instagram page, and then I post a lot of videos and information in general that sometimes may be applicable even for US. Although I'm in Canada, I'm licensed to practice in the province of Ontario in Canada, not in the whole world, unfortunately. However, I provide a lot of insights on the videos that I do in terms of like general financial planning for people that are just starting or they're going through a transition in life. So
For everybody that is inspired to either start in the financial planning career, or to start looking at their finances and start taking control of their future. What is just one small step that you advise them to dare to start their journey?
So the very first thing, I guess, and the most important is to think about something that will make them happy. So don't think about the outcome. Don't think about what's going to bring you the most money, what's going to bring you the most success. You think about what makes you happy. That will be the first thing. So what is something that will give you purpose? Because at the end of the day, every day you need to make sure that you have a purpose because otherwise your job is going to become something you don't want to do anymore, right? So as much money as you can make is not going to make you happy. So the first thing you have to think about is what's something I can do that will give me purpose, that will make me happy. And then that's something that is going to motivate you every day to continue moving forward and you're going to be successful because you love what you do. It gives you purpose. So I will say don't think about how hard it's going to be. Where's my next, client's going to come from? Where's my, where am I get the money to do this? It's just focusing on first what will make you happy and what you think is going to give you purpose. And then from there, it will develop into something that will bring you all the things that you want and more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Carolina. Thank you for your time. I'm so happy to connect with you. I hope that this is the first time of many times that we chat. And for everybody that is watching, if you are very excited and wants to start, I want to remind you about the Dare to Start challenge that we're doing. It's extremely simple. You share with us a little bit of your idea, and then for 30 days or 30 lessons, we give you quick marketing principles that you can apply to that idea so that you can get started. So the link is here below, so make sure to check it out. Also, all the contact information for Carolina, and we'll see you in the next interview. Thank you so much. Bye.